So the application workflow is a really great automation that I built for you for the system. It's very simple, but very, very effective. And I've added a few minor touches that you may not have for your process, but I want to show you what I did and why you may consider using this automation for your system. So let me go ahead and explain what I've created. The first part is just a simple email that sends an email to your customer with your application link. Very simple. And you can look up that template. I'm going to show you the automation here in a second. The second part to that is once the customer completes the application, they're going to automatically, if you have an API built, which will help you build that API, we'll know when the application's complete when they've completed it. Once that application is completed, they're going to get another message, another text, and another message. Now, you don't have to turn this on, but I've turned it on and it's a beautiful thing. The reason why is because I don't pay for any credit reports anymore. As soon as the application is completed, I'm going to show you the template that I send to each customer to request them to pay for their credit report. Now, to do this, you do need a link from either Advantage Credit or Credit Plus or whoever your credit provider is. They should be able to give you a link. Advantage Credit calls it a smart link, a smart link to give to your customers in order for them to pay for their own credit report. As you know, credit reports are very expensive, especially if you're taking multiple applications per month. You don't necessarily want to be paying these upfront, and it gets very expensive because they may not be buying, they might not be closing. So let me show you this process, and hopefully you like it and want to go ahead and implement it into your business. So we're going to go to automations, account workflows, database workflows, pre-approval workflows. We're going to go to the application workflow. So here's your application workflow. We're going to go in here and check it out. So here's the first email that they're going to get. We're going to click edit, and you can see here's the template. To start the process, please do the following. Click here to apply and complete the application. Okay, great. And then it's telling your customer what to expect next. Once the application is complete, you'll receive a list of documents needed. So this list you can either manually create, you can watch the workflow for sending a document request, or your system, whether you're using Simple Nexus or some kind of online system for your application POS, will automatically give them a list. Most of them will do that. And so just letting them know that they're going to have a list of documents to prepare. In addition, after your application is complete, we will email you a request to complete a soft credit check. This does not affect your credit score in any way. Most of the time, we can pre-approve you with just a soft credit check. So it's letting the customer know up front that we're only going to do a soft credit check. You get more signups, you get more people that will actually go through this process knowing that it's only going to be a soft credit check. So that's a very key thing that you want to have up front in your email when you're making this request. After we receive your initial documents, we may have more questions and or requests. Please respond to us quickly so we can put together a game plan. Okay, so we're just letting them know the process after they complete the application. So another part of this email template is for my template, I put my customer reviews, so I get third-party validation. So when they're getting this link, they see the link, they see the process, and then they see the third-party validation, which is super, super nice to give to your customers when they go ahead and apply. I did a separate video that you can watch for Google reviews, and you definitely want to watch that section because you'll start getting lots and lots of reviews for in your process. Part of your process is going to be getting reviews, and I'm going to show you how that works in that training. The other part of that training is I'm going to show you how to connect those reviews to your email templates, to your website, and then also in addition to that, to your social media where it can automatically post your 5-star reviews to your social media. Okay, so for this template, what you're going to do is you're going to watch that training, but we're going to go ahead and put that code, and I'm going to show you in that training where to find that code. We're going to put this code here. We're going to click save, and look at this. Your Google reviews are going to now show up in the body of the email. Super beautiful thing for the application request. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go out of this. I'm not going to save this here. We're going to click cancel. Okay, they get the application link. Then they also get a text message saying, "Hi, customer, I just emailed you the application. Start the process. Please confirm you received." Okay, so they get that. Great. Now, the other thing it's going to do is going to start tracking your loan. So every time you make a request, it's going to take this customer and put them in the pipeline. It's going to put in the loan process pipeline under requested application right here. So this way you can start tracking your closings. You can track the people that you requested the application process with. It's going to really help you understand the analytics of your business, of people that you've requested the application. The other thing it's going to do is going to update your contact, and it's going to update it to lead contacted. So they haven't completed the application yet. Once they do complete the application, it's going to update the stage of where they're at in the process, and it's also going to update the stage of where they're at for your pipeline review. All right, so going back, that's the application link, that's the application request. So like I said, once they're done with the application, they're going to get an automatic trigger for a soft credit check. So we're going to go ahead and check that out. So that's the next automation right here: request hard credit check or request soft check. I have on mine request soft check. So they're going to be paying for their own soft credit check. So we're going to click here, request soft credit check. So what happens here is once that application is completed, it's going to automatically tag the file request soft credit, and then that's what's triggering this automation right here. Okay, so we're going to scroll down. The first thing they get is an email, and in this email, again, we're going to click edit, and this is the secret for them paying every single time for that soft credit pull. Here's the email template. Thank you for completing your application. The next step of the process to get your soft credit check completed. Please click below to complete your soft credit check. Please use the Smart Pay link to pay for your credit report. We are happy to provide you with a copy upon your request. Our goal is to wow you with our service and make this the best home loan experience ever. Okay, so they get that, and then here is a Q&A. So this Q&A, they can start saying, oh, why do I have to pay? The first question they're going to ask is, why do I have to pay for a credit check? So they're going to click on this email. For many years, we absorbed the cost of the credit checks on behalf of our clients. While the credit report agencies have always charged for these reports, their fees for soft credit checks are relatively low and manageable. However, the credit bureaus have recently increased their pricing significantly. What used to be $6 for a tri-merge credit check has now risen to $37.50 for a single user and $75 for a joint application. Unfortunately, this substantial increase makes it challenging for us to continue to covering the cost. So we're explaining upfront to this customer of why we're asking them to pay for a credit. So that's the first question. And the next question we're going to answer for them is, can I request the lender to pay for this? Drop that down. We are more than happy to cover the cost of your soft credit check. We simply ask for the following commitments in return: that you intend to work with us to close your loan. So if we're going to pay for that for you, we're asking them to that they intend to use us and not shop around anymore for their mortgage, and that you plan to close the loan within the next 6 months. So if they do this, we'll happily pay for it. And I haven't had a customer actually do this. The other thing that happens is they've invested the money for the soft credit pull. So the likelihood of them applying with someone else and having to pay again is very low. So they have a little bit of skin in the game to cover their soft credit checks. What is the difference between a soft credit check and a hard inquiry? That's the third question that we have here. It won't impact your credit score, protecting your privacy from unwanted solicitations. How long does a credit check last for? That's another good question that many clients have. Well, we just let them know that it lasts until something changes for them financially. Okay, so this is the secret sauce to never having to pay for a credit report again. And we can connect this for you. Part of your API, we're going to have this connect, and it's going to be on autopilot for you. So all you have to do to start this entire process to get the application link sent, you're just going to tag your customer request application. So we're going to actually see this in action. So we're going to go back to our contacts, go to Jack Tester, and we're just going to start the process. And we're just going to go ahead and tag this customer request application right here. Okay, we've tagged the file request application. Okay, here's the email that the customer is going to get. Here's what that email looks like. Pleasure speaking with you today. Here's the request. Here's the link. Now, when you started and onboarded with us, we do have your application link, so don't worry, we'll put that in there for you. So that's automatically in there. It's letting them know the process. And then here's where those customer reviews are going to be for you once you get that connected. So that's the email. They're going to complete the application. Once that application is completed, it's going to automatically, you don't have to do this, but you can manually request a soft credit check. So you're going to tag the file request soft right here. Click here. Now they just got a text message. Hi, Jack. Thank you for completing your loan application. I just sent an email with instructions on getting your soft credit check. Please check your email spam too. Okay, that now they're going to check their email, and there you have it. Here's the request for them to pay for their soft credit pull. Now you can switch this up for a hard inquiry, and I don't necessarily recommend doing the hard inquiry at first because, of course, they're going to get tons of solicitations. So this is a beautiful thing for the beginning part of your process. Feel free to use it. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm happy to answer those for you in our weekly calls. Thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next video.